have you noticed something strange about Taehyung and Jungkook's recent interactions? Netizens are freaking out over their latest live stream, calling it incredibly awkward and super cold. Are they intentionally keeping their distance now? Let's dive in. Welcome back, ARMY. This is your go-to channel for all BTS updates, theories, and Taekook moments. Grab your snacks because things are heating up today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. The panic began with a recent live broadcast that has gone completely viral among ARMYs lately, especially after the emergence of various clips with bombastic titles like "Did Taekook end during this live?" or "Are they no longer greeting each other?" During that specific broadcast, their seating positions were indeed noticeably far apart. For the first few minutes, there was absolutely no physical interaction, none of their signature playful jokes, and even eye contact felt incredibly minimal. For fans who are so used to seeing them stick together like glue, this sight was obviously heart-stopping. Many people immediately jumped to various wild assumptions. Some confidently stated that they were having a huge fight, while others speculated that the agency had strictly forbidden them from interacting on camera. It was absolute chaos. Everyone was trying to figure out what was actually happening behind the scenes. Did their bond vanish overnight? If we only take a quick glance at the short video snippets circulating on TikTok or Twitter, it is entirely understandable why we might think they are engaged in a cold war. Taehyung appeared much quieter, choosing to focus his attention elsewhere, while Jungkook seemed occupied in his own world with rather flat and unenthusiastic responses. Their overall body language tended to be closed off, with folded arms and gazes directed straight at the camera lens. From a psychological standpoint, this specific behavior is often interpreted as a clear sign of establishing personal boundaries. But hold on a second, are they truly being that cold to one another? Because if you actually pay closer attention to the intricate details right around the middle mark of that exact video, there is something incredibly strange that the vast majority of people completely overlooked. Do you want to know what it is? Keep watching to find out what you truly missed. Beneath the apparent awkwardness floating on the surface, Taekook actually possesses their own unique method of communication that doesn't rely on spoken words or intense physical touch. Try observing the moments when the other members were actively talking. The camera might not have been fully focused on them, but for a split second, Jungkook shifted his gaze slightly toward Taehyung, and Taehyung instantly responded with a subtle, almost imperceptible little smile. There was no overly dramatic interaction or loud cheering, just a brief but deeply meaningful eye contact. This simple action proves one highly crucial fact: they are definitely not ignoring each other. They are simply holding back and choosing to act much more professionally while under the heavy scrutiny of thousands of watchful eyes. They know exactly how to communicate silently in a crowded room. However, this shift in behavior doesn't happen without a very specific reason. We need to take a very realistic approach when analyzing this entire situation. The bigger the BTS name becomes globally, the crazier the level of scrutiny they constantly receive. Every single time Taehyung and Jungkook interact, no matter how tiny or insignificant it may seem, the video will be instantly dissected, zoomed in until the pixels break, and dramatically edited with intense background music. Enduring this kind of immense pressure is certainly not easy for anyone. It is entirely reasonable that they eventually chose to tone down their visible interactions during official live broadcasts. It is definitely not because they are enemies now, but rather a protective measure to avoid wild, uncontrollable narratives. Just imagine being best friends with someone, but every time you casually chat, millions of strangers instantly formulate massive conspiracy theories about you both. It must be incredibly exhausting for them to deal with, right? Naturally, the reactions across the internet were sharply divided into two opposing camps. On one side, many ARMYs experienced a massive wave of emotional panic. The comment sections were absolutely flooded with desperate pleas like, "Please bring back the old Taekook," or "Why have they suddenly become like complete strangers?" Yet, on the flip side, countless Knets and older, more mature ARMYs responded with a much more relaxed and grounded perspective. They defended the duo with highly logical statements such as, "Do you guys realize they are fully grown men in their late 20s? They shouldn't be expected to cuddle constantly, or they are simply exhausted. Please stop analyzing every single breath they take. This intense ongoing debate has definitely caused the fandom atmosphere to become quite heated over the past few weeks. It truly highlights how differently fans perceive their relationship. But how does it compare to the past? It is absolutely undeniable that if we compare their current dynamic with the golden era of 2017 to 2019, the changes are profoundly noticeable. Back in those days, they were frequently seen enthusiastically playing games together behind the stage, giving each other piggyback rides, and even having cozy sleepovers in each other's hotel rooms during massive world tours. Physical interaction was unequivocally the primary love language of their beautiful friendship during that specific time period. And what about right now? They are much more frequently seen looking incredibly cool, calm, and independent. A lot of pessimistic viewers quickly claim this is a clear sign of a deteriorating relationship, but there is one fundamental truth about their new two-person dynamic that is constantly being misinterpreted by the public. Are you curious to know what that crucial missing piece is? You will definitely want to hear this highly important perspective. The absolute undeniable truth is that their remarkable friendship hasn't regressed at all, rather, it has beautifully evolved. They are no longer heavily dependent teenagers who desperately need public validation or constant reassurance through intense physical contact in front of an audience. Their profound closeness currently exists on a much more private and significantly mature level. Do you need solid proof? Whenever the official cameras stop rolling, we constantly hear credible stories from industry insiders or see blurry, unedited photos of them casually hanging out, enjoying video games, or attending exclusive movie premieres together. They are not drifting apart by any means, they have simply transitioned their precious bond away from the intrusive camera lenses into a much more private, grounded reality. They protect their bond. This deeply essential change is what makes their connection so resilient against all the external pressures. So, let us finally return to the provocative title of this video. Did Taekook truly end during that live broadcast, and are they genuinely keeping a massive distance from each other? The absolute and definitive answer is a resounding no. The only thing that has actually ended is the highly unrealistic expectation from certain individuals who selfishly demand they always act like clingy teenagers. They haven't stopped caring for or touching one another, they simply choose exactly when and where they wish to display that deep affection, concluding that a solid friendship spanning over a decade is completely destroyed just because they sat slightly apart for 30 minutes during a formal broadcast is highly illogical. Taekook is doing perfectly fine, and their behind-the-scenes relationship is likely far stronger now than what we are allowed to witness. They remain an unbreakable duo, no matter what ridiculous rumors say about them online today. So, that's our deep dive into the massive rumors surrounding Taekook's supposedly distant relationship. What do you think, ARMY? Do you agree that their bond has simply matured, or do you still deeply miss their clingy interactions from the past? Share your honest thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this no-drama, logical analysis, please hit that like button, share this video with your fellow ARMYs, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching until the very end, Borahi, and see you in the next video.